First off, myself praise to Yahweh Shema Shai, double honors to the apostles of James, and all the brothers within the highways and the byways of the work of the most saints in spirit and in truth. Master Shalom. Alright, I just buck up on this speech preached online. Zine, and just decided to do a quick breakdown on it. Zine, because most people have leprosy now. Zine, as what they would call it now, vitiligo. Zine, they would call this vitiligo. Zine, but the scripture refer to it as leprosy. Zine, so this for sure what happened to Miriam. Zine, when the most I tell Miriam to put him on. Zine, in her bosom and it come out leprous white as snow. Zine, this go for sure say Miriam was a black woman, was a woman of color. Zine, just like this woman. She's a dark skinned woman. Zine, and she get cursed. Zine, because leprosy is basically a curse, it's a plague in the flesh. Zine, and she's what changing white as snow. Zine, she's losing her pigment. Zine, and white people don't have no form of pigment none at all. Zine, so white people is a clean leper basically. So we are going to the scripture basically for show you so this plague in the skin is actually leprosy. Even when you lose the pigmentation, it's actually leprosy. Zine, so we just gonna jump into the scripture real quick. Zine, because hey, right now this is a unclean leper. And we're going to the scripture for prove that. Zine, because them it not cover all of them skin, just like the full blown Caucasian, where all of them lose every single pigment within them skin. They are clean lepers. These are unclean lepers. So when them lose all of them pigmentation, basically them become a clean leper. Right? Alright. Just jump straight into the scriptures. Leviticus 13. Can I start at 1? Zine, alright, good. Zine, alright, it's Leviticus 13. Verse start at 1. It said, the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron, saying, when a man shall have in the skin of his flesh arising a scab or a bright spot, which is the same spot to see right here. Zine, the arising the skin is a bright spot in the skin. Zine, just bear with me. Trying to navigate this on the phone. Of his flesh like the plague of leprosy, then he shall be brought unto Aaron the priest, or unto one of his sons the priest, and the priest shall look on the plague in the skin of the flesh, and when the ear in the plague is turned white, and the plague inside be deeper than the skin of his flesh, it is a plague of leprosy, and the priest shall look on him and pronounce him unclean. Zine? So you have leprosy also the scab, which is blonde hair, because guess what, when you have a blonde hair, basically you lose the pigment out of your ear. Zine? So you have that leprosy of the scab. Zine, when the ear actually turn blonde. Zine? If the bright spot be white in the skin of his flesh, and in the side be not deeper than the skin, and the ear therefore be not turned white, then the priest shall shut up him, and he had plague even 7 days. And the priest shall look on him on the 7th day, and behold, if the plague is in his side be at a state, and the plague spread not in the skin, then the priest shall shut him up 7 days more. Then because when you basically have this leprosy, basically unclean, so you have to stay away from people. Then because you don't want to spread it, because basically it's a disease in the flesh, it's a plague in the flesh that can be spread. It says, and the priest shall look on him again on the 7th day, and behold, if the plague be somewhat dark, and the plague spread not in the skin, the priest shall pronounce him clean. It is but a scab, and he shall wash his clothes and be clean. But if the scab spread much abroad in the skin, after that he had been seen of the priest for his cleansing, he shall be seen of the priest again. And if the priest see that, behold, the scab spreadeth in the skin, then the priest shall pronounce him unclean. It is a leprosy. Zine, just like these people. Just like these people. So the scab in the skin are spread. Zine. So they might lose all of them pigment. So the priest would consider these unclean. Right? Alright. Excuse me. So when the plague of leprosy is in the man, then he shall be brought unto the priest, and the priest shall see him. And behold, if the rising be white in the skin, and it have turned the ear white, and there be quick raw flesh in the skin. Because, hey, when you look at so-called white people, basically them have the melanin in them skin, therefore them raw. That's why them smell so raw. Then you actually can look through them skin and see them flesh. Then so that is leprosy. Then so basically you actually lose all your pigment in your skin. Right? It's an if the leprosy break out abroad in the skin, and the leprosy cover all the skin of him that had the plague from his head even to his foot, wheresoever the priest looketh, then the priest shall consider, and behold, if the leprosy have covered all his flesh, he shall pronounce him clean, and at the plague it is also turned white, he is clean. So just like this person is a clean leper. Zine, so the having no pigment, Zine, looking like a Caucasian basically, Zine, you're a clean, they're a leper. It's a plague of leprosy. See, so white people is cursed with the plague of leprosy. Just like these people, they are turning into lepers. Right? So they're turning into they're as the day go by, them are gonna lose more and more and more of them pigment. See, them are gonna become a clean leper. See, but right now, because the leprosy is not yet fully covered the entire body of these people, they are unclean leper. Right? Alright, let me just jump to the scripture in Numbers 12. Let me start at 9. This at Numbers 12, verse 9. It says, and the anger of the Lord was kindled against them, and he departed. And the cloud departed from off the tabernacle, and behold, Miriam became leprous, white as snow. And Aaron looked upon Miriam, and behold, she was leprous. Then so, in order for Miriam to become a leprous, Zin, which is having no pigment, she would have looked like the dark part of this woman's skin. So basically something like this happened to Miriam. Zin, the hand of this female, Zin, so her hand become leprosy. So Miriam was a dark skinned woman, Zin, in order for her to be a leper. Zin, in order for her to put her hand in her bosom, Zin, when she take it out, she was leprosy. She was white as snow. Zin, so that go for sure say, hey, we Israelites, most of we Israelites, we are dark skinned people. Zin, so as I say again, leprosy, and I like what them show in them science Discovery Channel. I'm sure it's leprosy or some sore come up on your body and all of them shit. Then basically leprosy is white people, and white people is leprosy, because that is leprosy when you lose all your pigment out of your skin. Then and white people lose all of them pigment, and also you have leprosy at the scab, which is blonde hair. When you lose all of the pigment out of your hair, all of the melanin out of your hair. Then so hope this video was edifying. Zane, to all you brothers out there within the highways and the byways, Zane who watch the videos, Zane and all you few sisters who watch the videos, Zane, So with that, I just want to say I'll praise again to Yahweh Bashim, Shai Double honors to the apostles of GMS and all the brothers within the highways and the byways where they work of the most in sincerity and in truth. I want to say Shalom.